Hi guys, welcome to Gunpla TV episode 269, and today with me is
Todd. And look who's back! Ryan's back! You know, actually, I was mentioning to Ryan before that this is actually the first time that we have ever been on camera
it's
together.
Unbelievable, isn't it, Todd?
I know, I've been, gosh.
How many years?
It's been 2 years. It's been 2 years now. And in the beginning, it was you and Sid would do you would be here for the opening, but then I would come in for to show off a kit, but never actually you and me were on screen together.
I wonder why, Todd.
Oh, you guys, that's...
I can see you brought your big gun.
Yeah, look at isn't it beautiful?
It's amazing.
This
is the MG...
Do you remember the name?
Deep Digger?
Deep Digger! There you go. You're close enough. You're close enough. You got the deep part right. It is the Deep Striker. And isn't it just wow? I mean, just look at that thing. You know, when I was building this thing, I was just thinking that this is probably the biggest gun for a Gunpla that I have ever built. I mean, I had a 22 rifle, 22, what do you call it? My 22 caliber rifle growing up, and this is just a little bit shorter than my old 22 at home.
You had a rifle? I
had a rifle. I mean, it's America. Everybody has a gun. No? I mean, plus once you're in Boy Scouts, you got to do that target practice. I mean, 22 is basically just a little bit better than a BB gun. Yeah. It's still a tiny bit bullet. I mean, you could probably kill somebody, but it's not going to do a whole lot of damage.
But actually, no, there's a reason I'm in this episode, and I should get to it.
Okay.
I should get to it. Sorry, this is my first and last time with Todd. Yes, I have, I'm moving on to other things, and I just wanted to say goodbye to the fans of the show. And to Todd, who still does a fantastic job.
Thank you for saying that.
And I'm sure maybe a lot of people don't even recognize who I am.
We haven't been that long. It's only been a few years. But you were on the show for such a long time. Gosh, when I started to watch the show, I mean, it was you and Sid, and you guys were the Gunpla TV, and just that is just such a legacy to try and live up to.
I think I started episode 50, didn't I?
50, that's such a long time, and now we're on 269, so...
6 years.
Yeah.
I'm way older.
You're way older and ready for some new challenges?
Yes, these challenges. I am staying in Japan, but onto different things. But yeah, so... To everyone out there, thanks.
Yeah.
But before I say thank you again, Todd, you should talk about what you got to talk about.
Okay. Well, I just want to say, I mean, gosh, yes, I've been working with you for 2 years now. Just thank you for everything, really. I mean, gosh, actually, if it wasn't really for you, I mean, I wouldn't be here. Yeah, come to think about it. So it's because of you that I'm here. So really, I mean, I have a lot to be thankful to you for. So thank you very much.
That's very touching. Thank you, mate. I never thought about that in that way, but yeah. And it's good that we have a big Gundam fam here.
Yes, we'll continue on the legacy as best we can.
And wait, you brought the Pacific Rim kits.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that just for me?
You want one?
Because I did ask for, well, I did say quite a while ago when the first Pacific Rim came out, wouldn't it be fantastic if Bandai had some kits?
Right.
And 2 years later.
And 2 years later, here we are. Well, I don't know. Fortunately, unfortunately, they are from the new movie. The new movie being, what was the name of that thing?
Pacific Rim 2?
Uprising.
Oh,
Pacific Rim Uprising. So actually, 4 kits came out, but there are actually 3 different kits. Okay. We have, of course, the Gypsy Danger. So I think there was a Gypsy Danger in the first movie.
Absolutely.
But this one is different than the first one? Is it newer? Is it a newer model? I don't remember.
Yeah, the other one was destroyed.
It looks a bit different. And unfortunately, my favorite mobile suit, not really, is it mobile suit? But my favorite armor from that first movie, the Chemo Alpha. Unfortunately, they don't have a kit of that one. I really like that one because it was really kind of like Zaku looking with that strange kind of head that it had. Do you remember that pot head that it had?
All I remember about Pacific Rim, even though I did enjoy it, is that they did did they do kendo fights to figure out if they were compatible?
Oh gosh.
That was weird.
Are you going to see the new one?
Weird. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there were some scenes in there when they were fighting the big monsters, which were epic. And Sid and I Sid and I thoroughly enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, I do remember that was the Russian one you're talking about.
Yeah, the Russian one, Kima Alpha. I love that one. Although there is a model kit of that, it is not Bandai, and it is a little bit more expensive, and it's quite bigger, 350 scale. But actually, yeah, there's 4 of them here. So you're holding the Obsidian Fury. I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know like what countries these represent. And then I have Bracer Phoenix. Actually, this guy looks pretty cool. He's kind of like really bulky looking, I think.
Are you gonna build one of these?
I think I'm gonna try to build all 3 of them.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so one thing I wanted to mention here, so this is also a Gypsy Danger. So you'll notice there are 2 different Gypsy Avengers that you can choose from. So this one here on the top that I'm holding, this one actually comes with a stand and an LED light, a yellow LED
so it
light.
lights up.
So you can light up that chest. So that's going to look really cool. But if you don't really care about the light or the stand, then you can just buy this regular edition that it's just like a regular HG kit, basically.
Yeah.
Now, none of these kits, we mentioned this in the episode before, actually, none of these kits have a scale. So they're just non-scale, but they're about the same size as an HG kit, it looks like. So they should be quite interesting. They don't look too difficult to put together. And the boxes, of course, have both English and Japanese on them. So I know a lot of people out there like that.
I like that LED set. That should be pretty cool.
That one is pretty cool. And you get the stand. I keep knocking this thing. It's so big.
No, stop knocking it.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool. You get some nice although I guess those stickers are only for the stand.
Sweet. But yeah, what are you going to talk about today?
Alright, so of course, it's kind of like the big elephant in the room. I guess you could say it's got a trunk. Alright, so let's talk about the big elephant in the room today, and that is, of course, the Deep Striker. So this is going to be part 2 of our 2-part look at the Deep Striker. Last week we kind of looked at more of like the base unit, and so this week we have basically the only things that were added from last week are the arms, the shoulders, the gun, and then this backpack here. So it shouldn't take us too long just to go over that stuff, because, yeah. Unfortunately, they have kind of like a stopper at the end there. That you can't really
I don't think it will do any damage.
No, but it is cool. Shall we take a look at it?
Let's do it.
Okay. All right, so here we have our part 2 of our 2-part look at the Deep Striker. Now it is finished, completely finished, and as you can see, boy, isn't it just big and beautiful. Just look at the size of this thing. And really, I mean, as I was kind of mentioning before, just look at the size of that gun. This is just, gosh, this has to be the biggest Gundam, or the longest, maybe at least, Gundam weapon that I have ever built for any model kit. Gundam model kit. This thing is just really, really beautiful. So in our first part look at the Deep Striker, I had the main thrusters or boosters, I guess, built. Those are those things down here. So these were already finished last week, and then I had the whole like body piece and then the nose parts. Those were all finished. So the second part, what we have completed now, is the arms. The arms have been added, as well as their new we've got this new part here on the front and his gun. And we also have more boosters that were added here on the back as well. So this guy has a lot of thrusters on there. And boy, he's going to be able to really fly around with all those thrusters. And hopefully with these propellant tanks here on the bottom, he would have enough fuel to actually be able to power all of this. This is just monstrous. Let me see if I can kind of zoom in a bit so you can get a bit of a clearer view here to this kit. I wanted to start off this video kind of zoomed out so you can see that gun, but gosh, just to keep it zoomed out just so you can see the gun, you're gonna miss out on a lot of great details on this kit. I kind of rotated around. So like I mentioned last time as well in the first part video, there's no legs for this kit, and there's not really a whole lot of articulation to it. I mean, now he does have his arms, but one thing you will notice here on the side is this long gun has a support that is kind of supported into the, what would you say? Kind of bolted, not really bolted, kind of supported by a support here on the thruster, as well as being held in his hand. So once that is in there, you're not going to really be able to move this around. Although, gosh, I gotta say, I mean, if you're going to buy and build this kit, I mean, you probably aren't really expecting that great of articulation or the ability to do a whole lot of posing anyway. You're going to build it as it shows in the manual, and it is going to sit on your shelf as such for all eternity. At least that is my plan with this thing. The arms do move. So one thing that we were talking about in that last video also is there are some parts left over from the older Gundam S kit. And the arms, you do see more of those parts are utilized in the arms here. So I know some people were hesitant about this being based off an older 2002 kit, but to be honest, I mean, the parts that you are able to see that they did use from that older kit, they don't really matter that much. They're not like main units, and I guess I mean, if it saves Bandai time and money to be able to do other stuff, then I'm all for that, because that was not necessary to update everything, like make it a complete 100% new kit if they were able to reuse some older parts, and those older parts don't provide a hindrance at all to this kit, in my opinion. Usually I avoid doing stickers, but this kit, you really kind of need to have that marking there on the shoulder. That's what it shows on the box. That's kind of like a real big part of the kit that really stands out, so I made an exception for that kit. Now there is one thing that I wanted to point out. The shoulders, let me see if I can do it here, they do have the ability to slide out if you would like to show and display it that way, if you so care. And to facilitate this, the stickers actually are broken into two parts. So when you do apply the sticker for the shoulder here, you really got to be sure to get it nice and lined up perfectly so that sticker doesn't stand out. Of course, we have the radar dome here. You do have some clear parts on the radar dome to kind of cover up those green stickers for the sensors and whatnot. Well, there was one cool thing I wanted to mention here. So this gray, red, and white piece, there is no stickers at all involved here. This is actually different colored plastic pieces layered together, and that was pretty cool how they did that, I thought. You can see the wire now is connected to the gun, so it goes out of the back of his backpack there, and it goes into the gun. It wasn't really difficult at all to set it up. There aren't a whole lot of stickers at all involved with this kit. I guess one thing also I wanted to point out, on this long gun barrel, there are some chrome bands. Those are actually just like the other chrome-plated plastic parts. These are chrome-plated plastic parts on here, so that's pretty cool. I mean, they could have, if Bandai really wanted to, they could have went to the cheap and lazy route and maybe just provided some silver stickers for these pieces, but they actually went out and they made it plated plastic. This red piece here, though, this is actually just a sticker. Well, that's okay, because it doesn't really, I mean, it looks good, it doesn't really stand out. You do have some other red stickers here on the back of this part here, but most of the stickers involved with this kit are the green parts, because there are no green plastic parts with this kit, so like the parts inside of the radar domes and what have you. And that's all there is to it. But yes, if you really love big kits, big detailed kits, then I really highly recommend this thing. If you want to just have one marvelous Gundam kit maybe sitting on a bookshelf in your apartment, then you can't go wrong with this one. Let's give you a size comparison. I forgot to bring this out here. So here we have Sid's nicely built master grade version Kasazabe. So let's see here. You can kind of compare the size of these two units next to each other just to see how large and monstrous this kit is. Beautiful, just absolutely beautiful, I have to say. And let's see if Bandai gets crazy again some point in the future and decides to try and make another big kit. Alright, so I think that's going to about wrap it up for us on the Master Grade Deep Striker, and I recommend this one. Alright, so
yeah,
that's it for the Deep Striker.
That's a kit and a half.
Right, I love this thing. It's just massive. I mean, you were a big fan of big kits.
How much was it? Niman Saman?
I think it's about 20,000 yen, so about Niman, so about $200. So
yeah, maybe a bit.
I mean, but it comes in the size of a PG.
I know
box.
It's huge. I saw the box and I'm like, is this a PG? But it wasn't.
Right,
it was an MG.
Just an MG. But they've had big MGs before. Like the Perfect Xeon also came in like a giant PG size.
I'm still
box.
waiting for the Kshatriya.
Oh, okay. Well, who knows? RE, they showed that as like possible future RE 100 kits. So who knows what the future will bring. And you'll still be in Japan, so you'll still have more opportunities to pick it up whenever. Although then again, even if you were to leave Japan, HLJ ships to all countries.
Yes, that's true. HLJ slips worldwide.
Worldwide.
Actually, I wanted to say one thing.
Okay.
I wanted to say my favorite kit that I built.
Oh.
It was the 2.0.
The Gundam 2.0?
Yeah.
The regular, the OG RX-78 2.0?
Yeah.
That is a good kit.
That was my favorite kit, and I'm so sad they haven't done any more 2.0s.
Well, not for the RX-78. Well, they've done a bunch of other 2.0s. The Hakushiki, I think, was considered a 2.0.
Really?
Oh, they've kind of continued it on with other kits.
What? No one told me. I'm very sad.
You can blame Sid.
Was it the 3.0?
Yeah, the 3.0. They had the RX-78.
It was the 3.0.
Oh, was it the 3.0 that you love? The brand new one?
Yeah.
Okay, that one was like 2015.
Yes, sorry, it was the 3.0. I apologize.
Okay. I mean, the 2.0 is still a great kit, and the 3.0 also is a great kit.
But there was only one 3.0.
There is only one 3.0.
It was the 3.0. I don't think you can even get them anymore, can you?
You can still get the 3.0.
Okay.
We still have it on the side.
Well, I recommend that for me.
Yeah, we'll recommend the 3.0.
It was bigger than an RG.
We'll link to it in the description below.
Yeah. But yeah, let's do comments.
All right.
First is Carito. I've never done a scale kit. Is it hard? Do I need special tools, paint, or a particular type of glue?
Okay. What do you think?
It's very easy. You don't need any of those things.
I guess it really depends on what kind of kit you're building. I mean, when you say a scale
kits, you don't need anything.
I mean, that's true. I mean, the Gundam is
talking about
scale, 1/144 scale.
If you're talking about tanks or aircraft.
Tanks, aircraft, yes.
Then you'll need, yes.
Yes, if you're building like an aircraft, a ship, or a car type kit, then you will need glue, you will need paint, and you will need tools. You will need lots of tools, because if you want to do a good paint job, you need to buy airbrush and compressor. We do sell airbrushes, we do sell compressors.
But it's, yeah.
I mean
airbrushing is a step up.
That is a step up, but I mean, if you really want to go for it. But there are also scale kits out there that don't require that, because like Fujimi has those ships that you can just, they're molded in color like a Gundam kit, and you can just snap it together if you want, like a Yamato, but you don't want to go through the hassle of paint or glue. Then there's
I always think you should top coat.
Okay, top coat, that's pretty useful too.
And some panel lines, and that's
just
usually
spray.
Good enough.
Yeah, those are good, and they always make the kits look good.
Yes. Yes, it takes away a bit of that plasticky
the toyish look to it.
If people remember way back when, I like making my kits dirty.
Yeah, dirty always looks good.
Yeah.
More realistic.
Yes. Psycho Yellow. Love the Hobby Show episodes. By the way, is there any way to check if an older kit will ever get a reprint / restock? Okay.
So this is a bit of a tricky question. I think we've gotten this one before, but the real answer is no. We don't really know when Bandai decides to reproduce certain kits. I mean, they just kind of pop up one month and say, hey, okay, we have this kit available, and so then at that time it becomes available on our site. But one thing to mention with our site is we do allow you guys to go back and back order a lot of these kits that aren't currently in production. I mean, on the site it probably will say ships in like 6 to 8 weeks, but
yeah, the thing with that is 6 to 8 weeks is usually for Japanese manufacturers.
Yes.
But also by placing a back order, it also sends a message to the manufacturer that there is interest.
That there is interest.
So if you're not placing orders on back ordered items, there's probably less chance.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So, I mean, if there's a kit that you really want, but it's been back ordered for a long time, then I really suggest just going in there and placing your back order. To replace yourself into that queue.
Yeah.
And then also to show your interest for that kit. So the more interest we get, the more likely certain kits are to be reproduced.
And if you're not in the queue, then it's possible you miss out if they do a limited
That's
run.
right. I mean, sometimes we only get certain numbers in stock. So get your orders in. Yeah. That's all we can suggest.
Next is Burv. Hey Todd. MG Deep Striker is good and all, but how the story ended with the Gorgillus, the ogre. Yeah, where the hell is that, Todd?
Yes, the Gorgillus, the ogre. I mean, that has been sitting on my table for a long time. My original plan was, there was a weekend that we had a nice 3-day weekend after that holiday break, and I was going to spend that entire weekend finishing the Gorgillus and bring it in that first week of January. Then I broke my leg.
But that would have given you more time, Todd.
I was in such pain, and I had to keep my leg
take some painkillers and carry on.
up in the up position for the longest
But
time.
you can build a kit with your leg in the up position.
That first week was just horrible. That was the worst week. So I
you
missed
had like
my
a
chance. Well, but then we have new releases we have to cover after that.
Nah.
So I do plan to get back to the Gorgillus as soon as I
Sounds like me and my
have time.
Millennium Falcon.
The Millennium Falcon. Did you finish?
No.
I will finish Gorgillus. I promise. You will see the finished Gorgillus.
But that Falcon is coming with me.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
You
coming
got a
with
nice
me.
box of
I'm
model
going to
kits
take it all
coming
around the
with you.
world. Wherever I go, that Falcon is coming.
You can take some like worldwide pictures, bring it with you on vacation
Yeah,
with the
that's a good
Falcon.
idea. Yeah. Selfies with my Falcon.
Selfies with the Falcon. All right.
So who's our winner?
We have a prize giveaway to give away this week, and this is actually the first time that I've ever seen this number on the random
Same.
number generator. And it is number 1. Comment number 1 goes to Bloodnut38, and he says that's a huge kit, and you are correct, Mr. Bloodnut, or Mrs. Bloodnut, you never know.
95% that
Of
it's
our
a man.
viewers is a male. All right, so all right, whoever you are,
But if
Bloodnut38.
Mrs. Bloodnut, I do apologize.
You never know. You never know. All right. So yes, we will be contacting you on HobbyLink TV. All right. So if you guys would also like to win 2,000 yen HobbyLink Japan store credit, all you need to do is go to hobbylink.tv and find episode number 269.
Could you not say it like that?
It's 269.
Just say 269.
It's 269. And post a comment and be sure to tell.
You stand a very good chance of winning, of course.
You have a good chance of winning, and be sure to say goodbye to Ryan if you enjoyed watching.
Very sad, mate.
I know.
Sad. Where's the time gone, Todd?
It's gone by quick.
Where is it gone?
I mean, I've been here for over 2 years now, and gosh, it's just flown by.
3 kids later.
3 kids later. Yeah, that's true, huh? Okay, there's still time for more.
No.
All right, so, gosh.
Yeah.
You want to take it away? It's your last show.
Yeah. I don't know much to say. I guess, we lost Sid.
Yes,
6 months ago.
Sid. 6 months. It's been a year, actually.
Has it been a year?
It's been almost a year. It was end of April, so it's been
The mega size is in the cabinet.
It is. It is indeed. Was that the one you built?
That's the one I built.
Did you want to take it with you?
No. I'll keep it for you guys.
Okay.
The spirit of Ryan will
Spirit of Ryan will live on.
But Todd and Lindsay, and I'm sure others will carry on the Gunpla TV spirit.
We'll try. We'll do our best.
Keep giving love.
Right. I mean, there's
to the
just
Gundam.
so much exciting stuff still coming out, and so much to look forward to this year that I'm excited to build all of this stuff. I mean, just look at this thing. I mean, this is...
And there's a new series coming, Build Divers.
Build Divers, that's right. So we had the first kit, and that was last week, I think.
Yeah.
Not last week. 2 weeks ago, I did the first kit for Build Divers. Next week, the second kit for Build Divers comes out.
Did you watch the anime?
That doesn't start until April 4th, I believe. So not yet. I can't watch it yet, but I will watch it once it starts.
Let's hope it doesn't suck.
Let's hope it doesn't suck. I mean, the very first season of Gundam Build Fighters, that was such a great show, and lots of people around the world loved it. And those model kits, they did very well. Lots of people loved building and buying those kits. The second series wasn't as popular as the first series, but I thought it was still a pretty decent show, all things considered. And it still had great mobile suits, great designs came from that show that I still like. So I have lots of faith and hope for the new show to bring me some new kits. I mean, we just had to go up on the site a Build Divers version of the Gundam Leo.
Okay.
So that's kind of exciting to see. I mean, Leo was from Wing, so we do have a kit of the original Wing Leo. That is coming in May, I believe. But for a June release now, we have a Build Divers version of the Leo with like a slightly different helmet. Actually, I think there's 4 choices of helmets in this kit.
You know this guy's like the biggest Gundam nerd ever.
It's just exciting. I mean, there's every week.
Which is great. Which is great. Your knowledge, sadly, far outweighs my Gundam knowledge.
Well, it's just fun. I mean, every week there's something new to look forward to.
And that's the great thing about Gunpla.
Isn't it?
But there's also a lot of great other sci-fi kits that we have.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's lots of other stuff to cover. I mean, when we have the time, we get them in here.
When's the next hobby show?
We have the Shizuoka Hobby Show is coming up the second weekend of May, I believe, after our Golden Week Japanese holiday. In May, we will have Shizuoka Hobby Show. We will be there at the show again, of course, bringing you the latest coverage, so be sure to tune in for that.
So, none of that stuff is changing.
None of it is changing.
Yeah. But, guys, I should say goodbye. I have to keep on keeping on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just thanks to everyone who has been watching, especially since the beginning.
Right.
I've always felt that we have like the best, most supportive community on the internet. And yeah, if you guys can keep going, that would be fantastic. But yeah, and best of luck to all of you. And yeah, please take care.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, where can they find us, Todd?
All right, so if you guys can also find us on, of course, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and of course, remember, we are brought to you by HobbyLink Japan, HLJ.com.
Yes.
So please remember to buy your kits from us to help support us. And gosh, thank you so much for everything, Ryan.
Well, thank you, Todd. And thank you for carrying the Gunpla TV flag.
We'll try our best to continue. But really, I mean, this is kind of like an end of an era.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. But yeah, thank you. And, guys, take care.
See ya.
See ya.